As many of you know, I'm Dr. Alejandro.
And I'm Dr. Emily.
And we're on a mission to rebuild chiropractic one partnership at a time.
We help chiropractors open practices, revive failing ones, and step into their true calling. This is the Path to Victory podcast.
What is going on? We've been missing in action. We haven't recorded a podcast in a while. Emily had a baby in February, so we've been adapting. You know, we had only one child. We were playing zone defense. It was cruising. Now we're playing man-to-man. You know what I'm saying? If you have 2 kids or more, you know what I'm saying. You know, like if you have 1 kid, yes, it gets harder when you get 2. Okay? Once you have 2, it's man-to-man. I cannot talk about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I don't have it, but honestly, 2 has been humbling. We just didn't make the time to record. We were focused on different things. I'm in TWP. Emily has been with the clinics. Just a different season of life right now. But here we are. We're committed. And we just came from a weekend of training all the Victory clinics. Overall, we were 7 clinics training this past weekend. And it was great, the change that happened. So we're trying to get all the clinics to 83,000 a month. Each of them, we are, on the way there. We have an opportunity now of opening 2 other clinics this year. So that'll be exciting, serving 2 more communities, 2 more providers, helping more communities, help more life, be against, medicine and all that. So that's exciting. But the transformation was big. I want to start with, I'm an island boy, and we live in West Texas, middle of nowhere. We have land here, and in West Texas, we have a tree called the mesquite tree. Mesquite tree, okay? And the roots are so big, they go deep down and to the side as well. And it's a strong tree. To take it out, you actually need a lot of people and you need a lot of equipment to take them out. It takes a lot of time, energy, and money to take them out, okay? It's not an easy thing. But the interesting thing of this tree is that it's not grown just by, how we do with the soil and all that, and we just put the seed. It's not like that. So the seed is already on the ground. And an animal or an object needs to come and break the seed. An animal could step on it. It could be a big animal. An animal could also bite it and break the seed, and then the seed falls down. Okay, it doesn't have the cover anymore. Falls down and it starts growing. So in other words, they unlock the seed. Okay, it has to be an animal or a force unlocks the seed, and then the mesquite tree grows. Okay, it's actually a big tree. Now, the same thing happens when we're in person training with our team, with our clinics, with your whatever you have with your business. Okay. So once we get together, I see the potential of the people that are part of Victory. We just need to unlock it. That's how I relate it with a mesquite tree. So I see the potential that the Waco Clinics has. So being on their proximity, it gives us an opportunity to unlock their potential and for them to see the potential that they have. So we unlock the seed, unlock their potential, and start growing the roots. And I prefer spending more time growing the roots than growing the own tree. Because if you have strong roots, the tree is going to be big. But if you have a small root, any wind, any force can come and knock the tree. And that's what I mean with a foundation. Most of the time, we just want to grow a clinic and let's grow it right now. But if we're missing a foundation, if we're missing the deep root of the mesquite tree, the clinic is not going to outperform and it's going to be easier to go downhill. And once you're up there, you go downhill, it is way harder to go back because now you need to focus on the roots. So why not focus growing the roots at the beginning on your first year, second year, and that way you can just go up. People come out of school and they just want to grow, but they don't focus on the roots, on the basic. It's like a golfer. I started golfing now. I went with expanders in TWP. And I suck. I was the worst golfer. That was in November. And then I started playing 5 days a week until my wife told me, hey, you need to slow down. You only can play once a week. So I started playing just once a week. And I didn't go just straight to the course. I hired a trainer. He started teaching me the foundation. He said, okay, after this lesson, now you're going to practice and I'll see you in a month. And he said, no golf course, you just go to the range. So it's the basic, the foundations, the roots. And there's a power in proximity, guys. You can read 25 books a year, 100 books a year. But if you're not applying anything, why are we doing that? So I prefer proximity than reading a book. I'm not a big reader. I read books, of course. It takes me like so long to read a book. I'm a slow reader. I get distracted so easy. But proximity is key. When I'm with my mentor, when I'm with staff, and there's a power of proximity. And one of the takeaways from one of our clinics in Bixby was this. It's huge. I'm reading this. Obedience is my job. Outcomes is God's. If not you, then who? Conviction plus certainty equals congruency. Someone's souls depend on you saying yes. Okay? Another one is time is an emotion. Bend time by changing energy, attitudes, emotion around you. Clarity is kindness. Be the orchestra conductor, control the flow. Mastering conviction and certainty allows you to lead congruently. See that? Like everyone is talking about conviction and certainty equals congruently. Okay? Another one. Everything was so good. All the interactions were so needed. I see a family, not just an organization. I like that. A family that cares deeply for each other. We talk about the pyramid of success, and leadership was a big takeaway for me. But the bigger one for me was, how can I lead God, lead me and my business? Wow. Sometimes in one period of time, I thought I was in control of my business. And that's when we went downhill. And I remember my wife woke up one day and I was like, hey, I went to bed late. Like the kids were crying, so I just took the baby out of the room. I get emotional about this and she said, hey, the Lord spoke to me. And how we started was the Lord controlling our business. And when we were doing good, we tried to control our business. And that doesn't go well. Let's give it back to the Lord. And as soon as we did that, oh my God, I have goosebumps right now. As soon as we did that, everything changed, guys. Everything changed. Another thing we talked was about money. You know, people think money is bad. And in the Bible, it doesn't say that money is bad. If you love money, then, you know, if you become greedy, the Bible talks about that, you know. But if you want to make a change in this world, you need money. If you want to go on mission trips cost money. If you want to help, like right now, Venezuela that had an earthquake, you need money to send. You need money to help people, you know. So people had traumas around money. That's how we were raised, okay, a lot of us. And now the doctors had a lot of, like, they didn't feel comfortable talking about money. They didn't feel comfortable asking for money for the patients. And we talked about that with them. And one of them reported that yesterday, Monday, one of them presented a care plan, just said it how it is, not thinking about money, and the patient, you know, got on the care. So about that, we're changing someone's life. So we sometimes get our selfishness, our traumas, or whatever you want to put there, our objections in someone else, that someone else needs that care. But how selfish we are that we're thinking that person cannot pay it, that person is not going to pay it. How selfish we are getting under their care. How selfish we are on getting under that person's care. Like, how selfish we are that person is suffering with migraines, not able to play with the kids, and we're putting our objections in between that. How selfish we are. We're selfish as humans. So I just want you to change that perspective. That is someone's care. We're not talking about, you know, your past, your traumas, your financial issues. You have to let that behind. You have to be present with the patients and don't reflect what you have into them. That's a big takeaway, honestly. And that happened to me when I opened, you know, like I don't come from a family from money that has money. So it was a struggle, you know. But the Bible says that it's a sin for the man or the female that is not providing for the family. That's our job as human beings, as parents who you are or you will be in the future, or family that you care about, your nephew, your nieces, your brothers, your parents. We need to provide for them. And for that, we need to work. Okay? So that's a big takeaway. That was a great training. We're back in the path to victory, guys. I'll see you next week. Have a lovely day. And I want to apologize for not being present with you guys, but we're back better than ever with a big news coming up. We're opening in Florida, guys, in the fall. So tune up. That way you can see the process. We're going to record every single process. We're going to make a blog out of it. That way you guys can take advantage of that and just go for it. I'll see you guys